Okay, so real quick, guys, if you don't have scaffolding and you're including the way up to this farm, you're going to need about 13 to 15 stacks of any solid building block. Anything that you want. Does not have to be concrete. It can be dirt, it can be cobble, it can be anything you want it to be. You're going to need about 1 bucket of water, and you're going to use that to make an infinite water source block. So if you want to bring 2 to make it easier, then do that. But you really only need 1 bucket. And some water, and then you're gonna need about 4 slabs and roughly a stack of carpet. I doubt you're gonna need this much, but it would help to just go ahead and have that on you. And then obviously torches to just kind of light things up. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the build. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is our first tutorial video on how to make a mob spawner in survival. Now we're going to be making this in creative just so that I can show you guys how to make it a lot faster and so that it can not be a super long video. We're going to find a nice open area. Now you can build this anywhere you want in your survival world, and the reason we're building it in a regular kind of world is because the superflats tend to throw off the spawn rates because there are no caves in superflats. And so I'm going to explain that real quick. If you do this anywhere and you don't do it more, at least 100 blocks off of the base area where you're at, so like go out 50 blocks. If you're 50 blocks clear in every direction, then you can go about 100 blocks up from there. So find a nice flat spot and go about 100 blocks up. If you don't do that, then you're going to have to fill in all the caves beneath you. So if we go into spectator mode, see, so you're gonna have to put all the fill all this in with torches. All these caves you see, you'd have to fill these in with torches and light them up because mobs are going to spawn inside of them, and you don't want to have to do that. You want to find a nice flat spot, and you're going to go up about 100 blocks. So if we are at y equals 63, so we'll say 60. So if we go up to y equals 160, then we'll start from there. So you want to go up about 100 blocks. Okay, we went a little over y equals 60, and we're gonna go down actually to right at y equals 60. All right, so not a bad spot to start. Okay, so you can go much higher than this, and in fact, I do recommend it that you go about 20 blocks above the cloud level, because you'll still have plenty of room to build this actual farm. So once you get up to where you want to start your farm, you're just gonna go out a few blocks. So you're gonna go out 1, 2, I think it's 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you're gonna go out 8 blocks. 2, 3. You're gonna go out 4 this way, and you're gonna go out 3 this way. And then you're just gonna fill this giant square in. That giant square filled in, so you should be a little bit off center here on your block to climb up. Now you can do the building up. I recommend scaffolding. If you have a hold of bamboo, use scaffolding. So you can make this out of dirt. So if this is like early on in your survival and you don't really have a lot of building materials, dirt or cobble is totally fine. In fact, mine in my survival world is made out of cobble. So let's go out 4, and you're just gonna make a box like this. All right, and you can build it all the way to the back if you want, but the reason we're we need to go back 1 more. So right here, there we go. And then temporary blocks these are. So you're gonna build these up about 24 blocks each, 22 or 23. Now I know that mobs technically die at 24, but you don't want to take the chance of them actually dying because that would defeat the whole purpose of this mob spawner, unless you're trying to make it where they fall to their actual deaths. But this is more for a mob P slash XP, or a mob slash XP grinder. That's what this is for. And then if you want, you can do the front with glass, so you can see. But here's those temporary blocks, and then we're going to break these bottom ones right here. So then you're going to fill this in the same way you just did all those. Okay, so once you have your little tower built, what you're going to do is you're going to go out 7 blocks. let's see here. Yep, okay, so you're gonna go out 8 blocks. So it's 8 in total, but you're gonna add 7. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're gonna do that to all sides. Okay, so once you're done with your little cross section, it should look like a little like X or cross, whatever you want to call it. And then you're going to take your water buckets and you're going to fill in these edges right here. I recommend making like a permanent water source or a temporary permanent water source or temporary infinite water source like on one of these corners, so that you don't have to keep running back down and getting water, and so you also don't have to carry 8 buckets of water with you. And it's up to you. Okay, so once you have this, you should have this bit in the center here, and you should have this cross section. So the next thing you want to do is from right here, not back there, but from right here, you're gonna fill in this whole, like these platforms. So it'll look like this. So you're gonna fill this in just like that. And then you're going to do that to the other 3 cross sections. Okay, so now that you have all 4 cross sections filled in, you should have each of these are going to be like a spawning platform, and I recommend doing this now, just so that you don't have to do it later, because it is kind of sketch to try and do it later. Okay, so with the carpet, what you're going to do is you're going to come in and you're going to do every other block like this on that first edge, and then you're just going to skip a block, so that at no point are like 2 blocks touching, if that makes sense. Like a spider can't spawn in a strip like this, so you're just gonna do this like strip method all the way across the platform here. Okay, so you should end up with something that looks a little bit like this. Now we're almost done. All we got to do now is put walls on this thing and put a roof on it. And there's a lot of mobs spawning up here because we didn't put torches down there. So let me go ahead and get that other wall going. There we go. Okay, so now that we've filled in the roof, what you're going to do is you're going to get some torches. Let's go over here. Yeah, just to light up those dark spots, and you don't want them to spawn on top during the nighttime. So when you're AFKing this at night, if you don't have torches up here, there's a good chance that they will spawn up here. You can do torches, or you can do slabs or carpet across the whole top of the thing. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure that mobs can't spawn on it. Might actually make it look cool if you do like you know, something like a lanterns or something up here. It won't look as trashy, and it'll light up at night in the sky. I think that would look pretty cool actually. So now that we have that, this thing is pretty much ready to go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get ourselves a sword. We're Where are we? Where are the swords at? I think they're in this. Nope, they're in this one. There we go. Let's get a nice netherite one, because, you know, big flex. And let's get all these guys off of here. Now, you're going to want to put torches in these particular areas. Just go ahead and put them in these corners would be fine. Leaving these corners open is very, very important. And I'm going to show you why here in a second. We're going to go ahead. Now, you can use slabs or building blocks. It doesn't really matter. But you're going to want to fill in around the edge a couple of blocks so that you have at least a 2-block gap so you don't fall off this thing. You can make it bigger if you want. It's totally up to you. But this is definitely, I think, a good minimum to set. So then once you're done with that, you're going to come up to the front here and looking straight down, you're going to break these 4 blocks right here. You can do less than 4, but I think it looks better with 4. And then you're going to get some slabs and you're going to put them in right here. So they should not, what is this? There we go. Is that a quartz slab? It blends in a little bit better than anything else. Now hopefully that should be, that slab should give them like that half a block distance where they don't die. And if not, then yeah, definitely. So now we should be able to just punch them and kill them. This is going to save on our sword. So the reason we put the slab in there is 100% because the creepers can still see you through this gap. So now all you have to do is pretty much AFK this and you will get immense amounts of drops. So if I jump over into survival, there we go. So we'll just sit here in survival for a little bit and then we'll kind of look at how many drops we get after like a few minutes. Doing this for a couple of minutes, and as you guys can see, there are plenty of mobs. And if you don't want to use a sword, you don't want to waste your sword, you can literally just punch these guys. But I do recommend using a sword with like looting 3 to get as many drops as possible. But look at the XP though. The XP is insane. And then see, if we run to all the corners, we get all the drops. So what I'm gonna do, and look at that, look at these drops, look at that. Absolutely insane for literally probably like 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hop over into spectator and we're going to hop up there and see kind of what's going on. So if you make this 2, instead of doing 1 block deep, if you were to make it 2, you could actually put trap doors, and that would encourage the mobs to walk towards and around a lot more. So the spawn rates are pretty good because we're all the way up here. And that's kind of the secret to this. The best thing about this is that to make this even better is you can layer this to where you would literally just do this. So you'd leave that there, and then you would come out to the center here. So let me break this center 4, and you would come all the way to the center like this. Just like that, and then you would come out here, obviously, whoa, and then you would put your water in right there on all 4 sides, make another roof, and fill in the floor. Keep layering it and layering it and layering it all the way up to the building limit, honestly. And after probably 3 layers, this thing is going to have a lot of drops. Anyway, you guys, I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was really helpful, and I can't wait to see you guys making these in your worlds. If you do, go ahead and send them to me on Facebook or Instagram. If you really like this video, leave a like, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'm doing all of this stuff for you guys. It's a lot of fun. It was your guys' idea to make this farm. It was your guys' idea to start tutorials, and so this is 100% all for you guys, and I appreciate all the feedback you've been giving me. I hope this helped. If you guys have any questions, just leave them down there in the description, and I'll be happy to answer them. If you don't have a YouTube channel to where you can communicate with me here, you can hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. I have a profile on both of those. So guys, I will see you in the next episode of tutorials, and if you haven't already, go ahead and check out our survival series. It's really a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun on there. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.